What's going on, everybody? The winds have changed here. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, warning, if you're expecting to look at this video and be able to take a trip to Africa or Spain or buy a Ferrari, you're probably in the wrong spot. But if you want to know how to make money on Amazon from somebody who's been doing it for over a decade and really what it looks like and sort of the process behind it, some realistic numbers here and some realistic work to put in, then you're in the right spot. So I recently took a trip to Costco and I found some air mattresses. They were on sale. Now, Costco's not my favorite place to go because a lot of times if you do find something, the profit margins are a little bit smaller than what I'd like, but these were on sale, and we're going to pretty much double up our money or a little bit less, but we're going to take a look at what they are. I'm going to use an app called Profitl and the Amazon app to check out why these are a good deal. If you want to check out Profitl, it's great for online arbitrage, and it also does have a mobile app, which is what we're going to use today. There's a link in the description down below. So let's check out, see what we got, and then we're going to go in here into the house, into my little office, and I'm going to show you what it looks like boxing them up, what the actual profits are, and you're going to get some real info here. So let's get going. Okay, so these are the items right here. These Coleman quick beds. They are queen mattresses, 9.5 inches tall, and as you can see, I got quite a few of them here. I got a couple up there. Probably going to keep those, honestly, for myself. And then I got some down here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then I got 4 in the house already boxed up. So we're just going to say 16 for even numbers because that's going to it's going to be more helpful for illustrative purposes what we're doing here, because I can't divide it by 13 very easily because I'm not a math whiz. So let's pull out the app and see what these are actually going to be worth. So we'll just pull up Profitl first, and I've already got it pulled up here. Just scan the barcode and it gives you a lot of the information. So if you look here, I'm paying $20. The cost is $59.98. Now they've got 2,500 reviews with great reviews. That is awesome. It says they're selling about $710 a month, and the profit here is going to be about $17 each. Now this does include some storage fees at 62 cents and an FBA inbound of 23 cents per pound. So those numbers can actually be adjusted if you'd like to get a more accurate number for whatever you're working with here. But the BSR is 14,000. That's the best seller rank. Obviously, the closer to 1 it is, the better. So that's going to give us all kinds of information. This is actually going to give us some info here as to why we shouldn't get it, but you can take this with a grain of salt if you've got a little bit of experience. Amazon does sell it. It's an IP risk, and there's 2 variations. 2 variations, not a big deal. There's just a twin and a queen. People are going to know which one that they want. IP risk, I've sold Coleman a bunch in the past, never had an issue with them, so I'm going to ignore that. Technically, everything's an IP risk unless you are the brand owner or licensed distributor. But you can view the buy box winners here as well. Like this person's won 16% in the last few days, and it is Direct Suncor LLC, and you can go look at their info as well. If you just pull it up on the Amazon app right here, it's going to give you the same info. This has actually got 11,000 in outdoors and then 24,000 reviews, so good buy here. It's going to be $59.98 is the FBA price. The lowest price is actually $47, so that's somebody selling it not through FBA. So fees here, so $21.58. So quick math, right? When I look at this in store, I say, okay, I can sell it for $60, hopefully. I'm paying $20. We're going to get $41 after fees, so I'm going to make about $20 on each one. Easy double up, right? Great seller rank, good reviews. So I'm going to risk it, right? So I'm going to pick these up. Now, we're just going to say we got 16 of them. One thing you have to consider is how heavy are they? These are 11 pounds each. I didn't actually know that until I came home and weighed them, but I guess you could probably, it probably says on here somewhere. But anyway, they're about 11 pounds each. You can only send in boxes that weigh 50 pounds to Amazon unless you start doing pallets or something like that, like LTL shipments. So we're only going to be able to fit 4 in a box. What we're doing with these is we are buying them, boxing them up, shipping them out to Amazon, and then Amazon is going to store them and sell them through their FBA program, take care of customer service and all that. So let's go inside and we're going to see how I boxed them up, and also how much we're actually going to make off each shipment. We're going to be able to get 4 shipments out of this, right? You get 16 of them. We got 4 per box, so that's 16, 4 boxes. So we want to figure out how much we're going to make per box, and then how much we're going to make all together from this. Okay, so we've got 4 of them in a box here. I've already got them labeled with the label that Amazon needs. I just set them up through Inventory Lab. Now you can do this also directly through Amazon, but I've already got them in here. Now I'm going to show you in a second what you want to do at the end of this video to make sure you're not paying that split shipment fees, because Amazon changed it to where if you send in multiples of anything, they could end up having you send 2 somewhere to 2 somewhere else, 1 somewhere else, and paying shipment on all of them, and that really sucks. So I'm going to show you a way that you can sort of avoid that at the end of this video, so stick around for that. But as you can see, this is just a regular Home Depot box. This is an extra large. I would have probably sent these actually in a like Walmart large box if I had one on hand, but I didn't. So I've got one of these boxes. It's pretty big. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a tool to actually make this a little bit smaller and more manageable, cheaper shipping maybe, and just so there's not so much air in there. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is the box reshaper right here, and if you don't have one, you need one, and I'm going to show you why here. So I'll leave a link for this one down in the description below, so you can go get one for yourself off Amazon. So basically you're just going to set it to where you want it, to where you want to score the box. This isn't actually cutting the box. All this is doing is just scoring it so you can fold it. So it's right there. Just run it down each side. So then now, see if we can see it. We've got the scoring in the box. Might not be able to see it with the lighting. Yeah, so it just puts a little like perforated scoring right there so that it'll fold easy. And then you just take like a razor blade or something like that. Take a razor blade, and then you're going to cut up the corners. Don't cut towards yourself. And then now this box can be folded just like this. Then now you've saved all that space on your box, and everything's going to fit in there nice and snug. So we need to get some dunnage for this. Like I've just got some paper, and we're going to put that in these corners so it doesn't slide around, and then we'll look at the actual profit on this and how much we're going to make. Okay, so we got good news and we got bad news. Here's the item right here. We're sending them in. We're sending in 4 of them to this destination, which is in Phoenix, Arizona, which is super unfortunate. I'll show you why in a minute. Here's the average sales rank, and then the total net profit per box is $76.56. Now, that sounds good, right? Because we spent $80 making $76.56, but we still got to ship these things in. So let's check this out. This is why it's unfortunate that it's going to Arizona. So here's the shipping cost, $25. Now the unfortunate thing about this is that you don't know where you're going to be shipping it to until you actually make the shipment. So this could have potentially went somewhere closer to me and been like $12, $13, but it ends up being $25. So let's minus, the 75, would you say 75 minus 25? So that's like 50 bucks. So I'm spending 80, and after it's all said and done, if I sell it for what I want to sell it for, I'm going to be making 50. That's still pretty good, right? Spend $80, make 50. That's more than 50% ROI, which is more than what any like major business out there makes. They're usually in like the 15-20% range. So this is actually still a good buy. It's just unfortunate that it's being shipped to the West Coast when I'm over here in the Midwest. However, we did mitigate that some. Remember what I was talking about, not having to send, like 1 here, 2 there, 3 there, because that would have killed us. That probably would have been like a no-go for me. I would have maybe even had to return these. So it does suck that you can't tell where you're going to have to send them before you do it, but you can set it up. If you have a single ASIN, you can do a case pack instead of individual units, and then that's going to send it all to one warehouse. Okay, so you're not going to have to pay that distribution fee, which is going to be nice. So let's take a look at that real quick, and then yeah, we'll end the video. So when you're in your Amazon account, you just want to go down here to Fulfillment by Amazon from the little cog up here. You're going to find where it says Inbound Settings. You're going to do Edit, and this is what you want to pay attention to up here. So Amazon Optimized Shipment Splits. This is going to split your stuff going everywhere. This is going to split it less. This is going to put it all going to one location, but then they're going to charge you to split it themselves. So if you're doing a case pack, you want to make sure that you are doing Amazon Optimized Shipments. Make sure you have this selected before you select case packed on your setup. Now, depending on if you're using Inventory Lab or if you're using Amazon, it's going to depend on how that looks. But you need to make sure you have this selected on the back end for it to even begin to work. On Inventory Lab, you're going to come down here, and instead of individual products, you're just going to select case packed. And the number of cases, this is actually just the number of boxes. You're just going to put 1 for one box, and then down here, this is however many you're putting in that box. So in our case, we were putting 4 in the box. And so you just do it like that, and that's going to save you from splitting that shipment and having to pay those distribution charges. If you're doing it from Amazon, when you're in your shipments and you're creating new and you're selecting your ASINs, you're going to go down here into, instead of individual, you're just going to go to create new packing template. And then once you do that, it's going to have your single ASIN, and then it's going to default to case pack. Same thing here, units per box. You know, in our case, it'll be 4, your box dimensions, and then the box weight. And then that's how you do it there. So that's it. Send it in a case pack. It's going to cut down on your shipping. That's what I did for these particular ones, because like I said, they were a little bit heavy, and I'm glad that we can do that because they're going all the way to the West Coast, which makes the shipping sort of bad anyway. But whether you're doing it through Amazon, another third party, or Inventory Lab, make sure you're doing that case pack. I use it through Inventory Lab. There's really no reason not to. Inventory Lab is so good. I probably wouldn't run my business without it, honestly. I've been using it for like over 10 years. Keeps track of a lot of stuff, makes it super easy. Just remember, on Amazon, at least I think, you're going to have to create a template for your case pack on each ASIN that you're doing that with. But the good thing is once you have that template, like if we were doing that for these, we're doing it for 4 items, and we're doing it the same every time. So you just drop down, select that template, and then move forward. So it's not too horrible. But that's about how it's done. For me, that's how I do retail arbitrage. You go out, find the stuff, scan it with apps like Profitl or like the actual Amazon app, figure out how much I'm going to make on it, come back to where I'm prepping them at, put them in a box, list them, ship them off to Amazon, set a price, and then let Amazon do the rest. And then I just collect. So that's basically how it's done. There's the brass tacks of it. So I hope you learned something. Hope that this helped you. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, what you're doing, maybe some of your favorite places to source. If you want to share that, let me know. Don't forget to sub. I'll catch you all later.